Hi guys, this is Ocean and today I'm going to be showing you another card trick. But since this is Halloween, this normal deck seems a bit too plain, so we should probably use this deck instead. So this is a Halloween themed deck I picked up when I was around 7. It doesn't have any finish, it's pretty smooth, and it's not exactly poker size, but I'm into novelty deck, what do you expect? So this doesn't have any pips, but it does have designs, and that's pretty cool. So, with all that said, let's get to the performance. So what I want you, the spectator, to do is split this into around 3 equal piles. So we'll say that this is pile 1, this much, and then these are piles 2 and 3. So now you can just pick any one of these, and if I had a spectator they could actually pick any one of these, but since I don't, we'll go with this one. So now, and I can look, but this is your card, so just make sure you've memorized it. And I promise that I'm not looking. So we can just put that back on top. And now pick one of these other 2 piles. This one? Okay. So, this there, this on top. So now we have a big mess of cards. Some are face down, some are face up. And now we're going to make an even bigger mess out of them. So I want you to split this into around 2 equal piles. So around this much is good. And we can just shuffle them. So now what we're going to do is, I'm just going to spread through the cards and you're going to watch out for your card. So do you see your card in that pile? So I'm assuming that's a no. So we can just shuffle them again. We can just cut them. And just to really shuffle them, we can just take random groups of cards, turn them over. So it really doesn't matter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these out into 2 piles. So there's going to be a face up pile and a face down pile. So these are face up, and then cards like these are face down. So his face up card, here's another face up card. Here's another face up card. I'm actually going to start putting these into piles. So they're the face up cards, face down cards. So face up, face down, face down, face up, up, face up, face up, face up. Nope, that's it. So in the whole face up pile, did you see your card? You didn't? Okay. So then it's safe to assume that your card must be in this face down pile, and you can see all of them are face down. So this whole time, I just turned the other face down pile over and put it on the bottom. So this whole time, I never knew what your card was, only you did. But the deck itself also does know. So I can see if we spread through the cards. there's going to be just one card that is face down. And you can see all of the other cards are face up. But this face down card is not just any face down card. This face down card should be your card, the King of Spades. I hope you liked that performance. Now let's get into the tutorial. So, I hope you liked that performance, and now I'm going to teach you how to do the trick you just saw. So, you're going to turn the pile over, and you're going to ask your spectator to split it into 3 piles. And the spectator can do it, so that means it's going to be completely random. So you have your 3 piles now, and you're going to ask the spectator to pick one of them, and they can actually just pick any one. So for tutorial sake, we're just going to go with this one. Now you're not going to see their card in the actual performance like when you're doing this, but I mean for tutorial, we're just going to take a look at the card. So in this case, it's the 6 of clubs. So that's going to be the spectator's card, 6 of clubs. So now you can just... and remember, you're actually not going to be looking at their card. So you're going to take this pile, and you're going to put it on top of one of the other piles. You can actually have your spectator choose because it doesn't matter, but I just put it on top of the middle one. Now you're going to take the other pile and just put it on top. So now you have a face up pile sandwiched between 2 face down piles. So now what you can do is you're going to ask your spectator to cut this in around 2 halves. So, and this is of utmost importance, they need to cut to a face-up card. So if they don't, but luckily there's a really easy way to get around this. If they don't cut to a face-up card, they cut to a face-down card. So the face-down cards are only at the very top and the very bottom. So you can just tell them, no, we need to cut to somewhere like pretty close in the middle. It doesn't need to be exact, but pretty close in the middle. So then hopefully they will cut to the face-up card next. So from there you can just shuffle them. So this really doesn't matter. You do need to riffle shuffle them. But you can just ask your spectator if they know how to do that, and if they do, then you can just give it to them and they can do that. So now you have this, but so now you have like this big mess of cards. So you're going to turn this over and then just spread through the cards kind of slowly because the spectator is going to be looking at the cards, but you're going to be looking at the cards as well, and at some point you're going to come to this really big pile of cards, of face-up cards, and then the first face-down card from there is their card, the 6 of clubs. So, and you can just spread through the rest of the cards, but we just really need this one. So, there's going to be this card, and you're going to want to catch your pinky break. So there's this card, and you're going to want to catch a pinky break with this, and then the 2 cards from this pile, the last 2 cards from this pile. So just catch a pinky break there, and then you can just cut to that pile. So now that you have a pinky break right there, you can just riffle down, and once you feel sort of like a snap sound, you know that is the place where you need to cut to the top. So you can just cut that to the top. And now the 3rd card is going to be their card. And now just to shuffle them even more, this isn't necessary, but you can just like flip these big piles of cards around. Just make sure you don't disturb the top 3 cards, because that's pretty important. But all the rest of the cards, they don't matter. So now you have their card in the third position. And what you're going to do is, now you are going to separate them into two piles. And what you're going to do is, while you're talking to the spectator, you're going to spread off the first 3 cards and then square them up and catch pinky break under the 3 cards. So now you have a pinky break under their card, and then the 2 cards on top of it. So you can just show them. So we have this card as the first face-up card, and this card as the second face-up card. But this actually isn't the second face-up card. This is going to be both the second face-up card and then the first face-down card, which is actually also their card. So, but make sure this is pretty square, because otherwise the spectator is going to be able to see that this is a pack of 2. So just make sure that the spectator isn't able to see that. And what I like to do is, to cover this up, make sure this stays square while you're putting it down. Then deal the face down cards. And now you have this, and put this somewhere in the corner, and just do this in all 4 corners, so that it looks like, so that even if those 2 don't remain square, then these cards are going to be covering that anyway. So you can just go ahead and deal all of the rest of the cards. So now you have 2 piles. You have a face-up pile and a face-down pile. Now you're going to ask your spectator, did they see their card? And they're going to say no, because this was in the face-up pile, but it's face-down, but they don't know that. So they didn't see their card. So then you just say, okay, so it's safe to assume that it's in the face-down pile. And then you can just spread through the cards to show them that these are all face down, and these are actually all face down. Now you turn this pile around, pick this pile up, and just put it on top. And now you just have to find a way to reveal their card. So you can spread the cards out on the table and show them that the only face-up card is their card. Or you can spread through the cards face up, and then show them that there's only one face-down card, and then turn it over and show it's their card. And I find that to be a bit more dramatic, so I like that more. And that's personally what I use. So that's it for the tutorial. Now moving on to the deck I used. So I used this Halloween themed deck. I already said in the start. This is by the company Creatology. This is more of a novelty deck. So I mean, I don't know where to buy this from. So unfortunately, I can't leave a link in the description for you to buy it. But if you do find a link to buy it, then just put it in the comments. So again, this isn't exactly poker sized, so you can see this is a deck of poker sized cards, and it's a bit smaller than that, so you can see it's not poker sized. And there's also no finish, so it's just like very smooth. You can see there's no like texture on it. So then again, I said in the start, it's a novelty deck, so I mean, what do you expect? Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, leave a like down below. And if you like a lot of my videos, consider subscribing. That means a lot to me. That's it for me for now, and I'm out.